What is going on, community? I am TJ, aka Flash by Night, and we are going to try and get back on the horse as we keep up with the comics. So today I have 3 books to keep up with, 2 Marvel, 1 indie, all goodness in my opinion. So go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we are going to jump into it first with Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood, issue number 1 by the creative teams of Hickman and Baccello, Guggenheim and Fornes, and I'm going to butcher this last pair, but Ayadale and Adaton? I really feel bad because I know I butchered those 2, but these are the creators on the first issue of this 4-part anthology story with basically 3 different stories about 3 different creative teams take on Moon Knight. And I will tell you that 2 of these 3 stories I enjoyed. We're going to get into this first one with Hickman because it's the one that I really didn't enjoy, but I really didn't grasp it all. It's like the art kind of threw it off for me. But you had this this future version of Moon Knight, who basically is like the last servant of Khonshu, and some servants of Ra have this scarab out in the universe, and they've got to take these people or maybe even the actual god down with the help of this little girl wearing a bunny costume. And I enjoyed the start of the relationship between this last Moon Knight and the little girl in the bunny costume, but I couldn't make much of the rest of the story, so that was kind of disappointing. But the second story, called So White Yet So Dark, is basically a story that's a small team up between Moon Knight and Spider-Man. And basically Moon Knight gets a hint again that someone is trying to use this red scarab for whatever kind of evil purposes. He and Spider-Man kind of go on this adventure together. There are quips from Spider-Man. There are attempts to ignore the quips or deflect the quips by Moon Knight, but you're in the presence of Spider-Man, so you've got to participate. And it was a fun story, a fun little chase scene. There was and I don't want to give it all away, but there was 2 cameos in this story. 1 cameo everybody should recognize, and it was really fun to see that cameo at the end of the story. But there's 1 cameo for a specific section of Moon Knight readers. I'll say the Warren Ellis Moon Knight readers. If you read that run, you'll know what I'm talking about if you read Black, White, and Blood. But I won't give that away. And this third story is kind of Guggenheim's take on the current run on Moon Knight, or at least a version of that current run, where Moon Knight is working in the Midnight Mission, and he's basically got this almost hero for hire type service going on. Even though I don't know if I haven't seen him actually take money yet, so I don't know if it's hero for hire or not. But basically, a young lady walks into his office. He's, hi, I'm Mr. Knight. This is the Midnight Mission. How can I help you? And she asks for his assistance making it to a particular place because she knows she's going to run into trouble. And he offers up assistance. It's pretty much straightforward story, except for the fact that there is 1 gimmick with this story. I won't give the gimmick away, but I will tell you that I found the gimmick kind of fun. I don't know in the grand scheme of things if the gimmick made the story any better or any worse, but I really did enjoy, at least the attempt at doing something different. But that was kind of my take on Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood. As I said, 2 of the stories were pretty good in my estimation. I enjoyed them. One of the stories was, and maybe if I read it a couple of times and make something of the art, maybe I'll understand it better. But I didn't understand the first story well enough to give it my, for what it's worth, seal of approval. Next book up, we have Captain America, Symbol of Truth. Of course, this is springing out of that Captain America Zero issue where Steve Rogers and Sam Wilson, because I messed that up earlier and cut it out, cutting room floor, stay there. But Steve Rogers and Sam Wilson are both Captain America at this time, and while Steve is on his own adventure, Sam basically gets a tip from Misty Knight saying that some super soldier serum is being smuggled on this train. And so he grabs the Falcon, and I know what you're thinking, but some people probably know, maybe more than me, that there is an actual Falcon who teams with Sam Wilson. I think it's, is it Joaquin Torres? I may be butchering that name. I may not have it right. But basically, they go and they investigate this train to see if there is super soldier serum on board. Spoiler alert, I don't think it was on board. If it was, it went missing earlier or before the train. What happened though was that we found out a lot about Sam and Misty. Apparently there's a thing going on with those two. But we also get to kind of chill out and, you know, get a feel for Sam Wilson. I don't have much experience with Sam Wilson, so getting to see him kind of as a normal person, kind of trying to be normal, knowing that he's talking to Misty Knight and she's probably halfway talking business. But we get to see him kind of in a relaxed state in this book up until the mission. We find out that there are actual people being held on this train who are kin to Falcon in this instance, and so he kind of goes off to handle that. And then there is a what looks to be unrelated cameo between two characters, one who is in prison and one who is coming to the prison to see him with a proposal of how to take down two nations, and as a bonus, kill Captain America. Now the book doesn't say that the two incidents are related, but I assume, you know, 3, 4, 5 issues down the road, we're gonna see how they're running into each other. But as it stands, Captain America's Symbol of Truth was a pretty good start to this story. Pretty interesting characters, and I want to see where it goes. Last book we're going to keep up with today is the penultimate issue of Seven Secrets, which is Seven Secrets number 17. Unfortunately, the ride we've been taking with Seven Secrets is almost over. It's going to end at issue number 18, but boy, issue number 17, in my estimation, came through. So we did a lot of work, a lot of heavy lifting in issues number 1 through 12, setting up the importance of the secret cases, setting up the big chase between the Order and the Seekers, and setting up who our turncoat was going to be. And it seemed like with all of the work we did building up to issue 12, landing this book at issue number 18 was going to be a struggle. And I was scared about that up through 16 when we found out, spoiler alert for anyone who wants to read Seven Secrets, I'm going to let you know that Casper, the main character, dies in issue number 16. He has been narrating the Seven Secrets book kind of from the past to the present, and so towards the end of every issue you always got his insights, but his insight was always doom and gloom, and things are going to get bad, and they're going to get worse. And in issue number 16, a demon was let loose by the seeker Amon, who had been seeking the secrets. Actually, the demon possessed him, was let loose, and the demon basically cut Casper's head off. And it seemed like in issue number 16, that's a bad sign. Where do we go from there? Enter issue number 17, where we got answers to all of our, or at least most of our secrets. We got to figure out how we're going to move forward with Casper. We got a good origin story for Eva Sigurd, who is the father, and Casper. She kind of lets us in now on what everybody knew about Casper going into the story, which was that Casper was always special. Casper was always one of the secrets himself. So she was always the holder of the seventh secret briefcase. And once Casper was born, the briefcase, in her words, got lighter. And so, yeah, we found out that Casper was the seventh secret, but now Casper has been killed and beheaded by the demon who wants to take over, who wants to subjugate the world and rule the world by fear. But fear not. There are secrets that are to be revealed here as to how Casper can make it back. And it involves his father, another fallen member of the Order, and a couple of the members of the Order who I always thought were holding some secrets back, finally revealed their secrets and how they are going to figure into helping Casper. All that is to say that issue number 17 covered a whole lot of ground without feeling overstuffed in my estimation. So we are prepared to see what Casper is going to do now that we have found out what we found out about Casper and about some of our other members and about the remaining secrets. And we'll figure out if Tom Taylor and Daniel Deniculo can land this thing just right at issue number 18. And that was Keeping Up with the Comics. I tell you what, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be getting back into the saddle. I kind of had fun. I hope you did too. I hope you saw something you liked. I hope you enjoyed yourself. If you did enjoy yourself, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to keep up with me, keeping up with the comics, hopefully I can get to be more consistent with it. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Of course, feel free to leave comments, but as we always do at this time, love yourself, love others, read your books, and I will be back in a flash.